Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Casual TCG. This is going to be our top 5 video for the latest reveals for the League of Explorers, the new expansion for Hearthstone. This is Tom, and I also have
Mike. So we're each going to be doing our individual top 5 of cards that we think are just, not necessarily like best in terms of value, but solid cards that we think are going to be fun, cool. We like them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is casual TCG. We're not talking about the cards that, are going to break standard or anything like that.
Not necessarily the competitive side, but the fun side of the game. Cards that we thought were really just like, this is cool.
Yeah, exactly. Cards that we're going to be playing with.
Exactly.
So let's start off with Mike's list. I can see here you have a very interesting card. I would have put this on my list as well if I had any sort of like forethought.
Yeah, I actually found it really funny. Neither of us had these. We have no repeat cards on either of our lists, but yeah, let's talk about this.
Sure.
I picked Dark Peddler. The reason I really like this card, this is my number 5. He's a very solid tempo card for Warlock. I think he'll get good play in Zoo. The 1-drops that we see in the game that do get played, decent value.
I think Warlock has some of the best.
Oh, by far. I think the only time that you'll be sad with this card is if you get a Zombie Chow.
Really? No.
Zombie Chow and Zoo.
I think if you get an Angry Chicken.
Even then, Angry Chicken doesn't heal your opponent for 5.
That's true, that's true.
And you can find, I'm sure that you can always do something to buff it.
That's true, that's true.
I think this card would get a lot of play, though.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Warlock. I used to play a lot of Zoo, I play a lot of Handlock. I think this is a really fun card to fool around with.
I think in terms of value, the Warlock's the best deck for this card. Because you're gonna be getting your Flame Imps, you're gonna be getting your Death, is it Mortal Coil or what is it? Death Coil, I forget what it's called.
Mortal Coil.
Yeah, it's, you're getting a lot of great 1-drops. Yeah, you can whiff a couple times, but as you say, even if it's a 1/1 for 1, still a card that you can play in a aggro deck.
At that, it's not necessarily that you're even going to be getting just a Warlock card. It's Discover a card, so you could get a 1-drop mage. So I mean, that could be.
I actually don't know. I don't think that's the case.
Is it?
Yeah, although in our set review I did say that you could get anything. I'm pretty sure they said that it needs to be a card you could play in your deck. So it's a neutral or a class card.
Even then, playing turn 1 Flame Imp, turn 2 Dark Peddler, turn 3 Dark Peddler, and another Flame Imp
into another Flame Imp. yeah.
Still a solid line of play.
That's gonna be great. Yeah, I could see that being really useful. And then if you draw more of these late game, you can't really cycle them, but you can basically be like, I top deck this guy turn 6, still get some extra cards out of there.
Yeah, there's still value in it past turn 2.
Yeah, and it's pretty sweet. I dig all these kind of Discover cards.
Definitely.
So let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, I picked Tommos Rock. I know that it's kind of a silly card to pick, but I love Shaman. Shaman was the first class I really started playing back in the day. I had a really bad list that had Ragnaros, Doomhammer, and
I like how you start off your bad list with Ragnaros.
It's
not a bad card.
The thing is the deck. It was basically just like I was playing Control Shaman, and that's just not the way the class is meant to be played.
Yeah.
But what I like about this card is it plays off of the Overload mechanic in a way that
we've never seen this before.
Exactly. It's that's not true. I think that
we've never seen this type before. We've seen it play with Overload.
I think that this card is going to end up playing a lot like Mana Worm, where it will, if you don't deal with it on the turn that it's played, it will trade up super easily.
Absolutely.
And that's why I like this card so much.
Yeah.
I think this is the kind of thing that Shaman really needed to help it have that good early game.
I agree. I don't think the 3-drop is good enough in terms of filling that slot.
Yeah.
It's a better late game card, but I think I like this guy a lot better in terms of, having that creature out there early on so that you can start filling up your deck with Overlord cards.
Especially in this meta where we're having a lot of high tempo decks, a lot of just out the gate aggro decks. And
Turn 1 is becoming very important.
Exactly. Whereas opposed to maybe a season or 2 ago where it was fine to not run any 1-drops and 2-drops were your standard.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's why I picked him.
I like this guy a lot. I didn't put him on there just because I don't really play Shaman all that much, but I think if I did, I'd definitely pick this guy up. So let's go on to the next one. We have Jeweled Scarab, another card we agree on.
Yeah. Just pure value. That's what I saw in this card.
Exactly. Talk about curving out.
Yeah, that's gonna get played in Druid a lot, I think. probably Paladin maybe a little bit. It's just a good card to help even out your curve. And
think about this in a
like
muster of battle.
Oh my god, that'd be dirty.
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun card to play around.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think of all the good 3-drops, so you can like see what deck could be best in. They showed it in Mage in the reveal, and like that's pretty cool because a lot of Mage secrets are 3-drops.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that's
Even
pretty sweet.
Spellslinger.
Yeah, true.
That and the Spellslinger is actually not that bad of a...
Or the Flameseeker guy, Flamewaker, whatever.
Yeah. Oh my, that and a Flamewaker. Oof.
Right?
Because then that's 3 Flamewakers, and then if you're running duplicates...
Oh yeah,
just,
and then
Flamewakers on Flamewakers.
Medivh's, whatever it's called.
Oh my god.
Man.
That'd be fun.
Okay, so
but yeah,
I think
like
that's the
card.
first brew we make. That's gonna be the first like it's gonna be called like clone Mage, and it's gonna be just clones all over this bitch with Flamewakers.
Yeah, one of the things that we intend on doing, sorry to break
no,
the
go
form,
for it.
but we want to start doing a series with doing different like homebrew decks of just like, you know, not necessarily like, you know, like, hey, this is this crazy competitive deck that's just gonna blow you up and it's hilarious.
No,
it's more of just like,
fun
hey,
decks.
this is a really fun deck to play.
Yeah, exactly. Fun decks, finding weird cards to play with, some of which are on my list, and building decks around them just to see how they work.
Exactly.
Not trying to like get to legend here, just having fun.
So on to my number 2, Sacred Trial.
Ugh. We've argued about this guy a little bit.
we talked about this. What I like about it is I hate Face Hunter.
Yes.
And this is a good way to just mess up any kind of aggro deck's curve.
Yeah.
This is the way I explained it was turn 1 Leper, turn 2 Haunted Creeper, turn 3 either really any 2-drop.
Yeah.
And then turn 4 hopefully they play Shredder. And they just instantly lose value on Shredder. Or if you think that they're going to unleash on a turn, or they unleashed the turn before and you didn't clear, play that, then they lose value on their next turn.
Yeah. Or if
if
they boom into Tyrion or they boom into anything, they just automatically get bopped.
Exactly.
I like this guy in those cases, but I'm just worried that it's not going to proc on the decks that you really want it to. It's going to proc against aggro decks all day. But then there's that chance that you're going to blow up a Leper Gnome or something, and I don't want that to happen.
I mean, you know,
take
the good with the bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's Hearthstone.
Plus, on top of that, I think this will be a great addition to everyone's favorite deck, Secret Paladin.
Oh, God. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
As opposed, I mean, the list that I run when I play Secret Paladin is a very conservative list. I don't run a lot of, like, the, like, high aggro. I don't run, like, you know, the divine. I run 3 secrets in my deck.
Yeah.
I would definitely
3 secrets in total, or 3 types of secrets?
3 types of secrets.
Okay, so cool.
I run
6 secrets.
I run Avenge. No, not even 6. I run 5.
Okay.
I run playset Avenge, playset Noble Sacrifice, and 1 Spirit of Competition.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would run 2 of these.
Yeah. I would probably do that too. I think it's actually good against Secret Paladin too.
Oh, completely.
Because Secret Paladin's gonna be like filling up the board of the mustards.
Yeah, because on turn 3 they're on Secret Paladin, especially if they're playing the high aggro version of it. It's gonna be a turn 1
secret probably, or secret
probably
keeper.
secret into turn 2 Juggler, into turn 3
Muster.
Or if it's not turn 2 Juggler, it's gonna be turn 2 Shielded Minibot.
Yeah. But
you're gonna see those
either
kind of
way,
plays.
a lot of things on the board, and then they play big dudes.
Yeah.
Hopefully at the end, you're gonna pop some mysterious challengers, maybe a Dr. Boom.
Yeah, and I think this is actually a good card to help, like, maybe control Paladin come back a little bit.
Now, here's a question. It says when your opponent has 3 or less, or has at least 3 minions, and plays another, destroy it. It says when you play another, not when it like enters the battlefield.
Yeah.
How does that work in the terminology of the game? Does it come into play and then battle cries happen and then it dies? Do you know? Is there like any precedent set for that?
I don't know if there's a precedent set for that. That kind of sounds like
what does Snipe say? Because I know Snipe works, the battle cries happen and then it happens.
I think Snipe actually does say plays.
Okay, so then
it might.
I think
Snipe. I think Snipe might be the most solid comparison.
Okay, cool.
So hopefully it runs like that.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's go on to the next one. Or
this
the last one.
Yeah, this is my number 1. I love this card so much.
He's not bad. He's really cool, but
well, I looked at this card and I'm like, okay, this is just another win condition for my control deck. We get down to the fatigue game, bam, 30 extra health. What do you want to do?
Yeah, you're never gonna lose to Mill Rogue with this. Never. And you trust me, I'm running Mill Rogue when this expansion hits.
Really? You're gonna run Mill Rogue?
Yeah, I'll get back to that in my list.
No, I'm gonna be all about Grinder Mage again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Grinder Mage and Freeze.
Okay.
This deck will be fun. This card will be super fun in those because that deck when I play it, I'm almost always down to last 5 cards.
Do you think this goes in handlock too? Like
I definitely see
late game handlock.
I definitely see this getting played in handlock.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna phase out anti-Keelbot, but
Yeah.
I can definitely see one of these being run in handlock.
Well, I think only one can be played in handlock.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think it's definitely gonna take something spot in handlock.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know what.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take a spot away from Mal'Ganis or Jiraxis, but I could see this getting maybe cutting one anti-Keelbot for one of these.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna transfer over to my top 5 for the cards that are revealed so far. I actually, when I did the set review, I thought that the cards that I reviewed were just like a small tidbit of the set, but that's actually a large portion of the set so far. I think you explained to me there's only one wing left to be showed off.
One wing. I don't remember what it was called, but
we know one of the cards though, which is the map.
It's the legendary.
Yeah, the legend that plays the map. So these are just the cards we know about so far. There might be some extra ones, but my number 5 is going to be Summoning Stone.
And I disagreed with him so much. I actually yelled at Tom when I saw him pick this.
You know what though?
I was so mad at him.
You know what though? I like this card. Yes, it's a 5-drop. Yes, it's a 0/6. Yes, that's awful. But you remember what another 5-drop was? Was it 5-drop that we played in a deck called Miracle Rogue? That was really good.
Yeah.
This guy's he's not perfect. He's not amazing. He's not Miracle Rogue. He's not Gadgetzan. But he's the same. You know what I mean? He's a combo piece in a spell deck.
The situation that I see this deck being really good with is when you're playing Tempo Mage and you just accidentally unstable portal into this guy.
And then you do Antonitis.
Not even Antonitis, just in Tempo Mage, because if you're playing the list with Arcane Missiles and Mirror Image.
Yeah.
It's
okay, so unstable portal this is actually insane.
Yeah.
A 3-drop version of this is so much better. Okay, that's pretty nuts. Never mind. I didn't even think of that.
That's the only way that I see this card being super good.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't see a place where I would play it, but
yeah. My first thought was like Rogue, but then now I'm thinking about it, you're gonna get a lot of 1-drops, and they kind of suck.
You're gonna get 0-drops with Rogue.
You're gonna get 0-drops. You're gonna get like not that much. You'll get a Dr. Boom though when you sprint. That's pretty tight.
I mean, you hope you get Boom.
Well,
we all hope we get Boom.
You could get Golem.
Yeah.
They're the same at that point because they're not.
Is, though, if you
don't get the battle cries. So, but then you can sap in, or not sap. Is it sap? Yeah, sap into.
No, you vanish.
Okay,
now,
whatever.
Do you get the 6-drop creature when you vanish though? It's whenever you cast, not after you cast.
Oh, this is the wording on Hearthstone cards. I never.
Yeah,
they're so wacky. So,
yeah,
like in terms of what happens in all that, but still, I still want to play this card. I'm gonna build a deck around it when it comes out. It's gonna be fun. Come on, and also Arena.
Oh yeah, no, in Arena this card's gonna have insane value.
This card is like Arena, and yeah. So saying things are good in Limited is sort of like the oh well, he got a C in math class sort of thing. Like it's they're shitty everywhere but Limited. But like sometimes there are cards that are just really good in Arena. Yeah. Like not even that they're bad everywhere else, they're just really good in Arena, and I think this is gonna be one of those cards that like you're gonna be happy to get.
Definitely. I'd actually kind of disagree with you the whole scene in math class thing. I mean, I just think that Limited has its own game.
They
completely.
do, but I'm meaning in terms of like when people evaluate cards, they'll use it as an insult. They'll be like, well, it's okay in Limited. Like I know cards can be good in Limited and bad in others. I'm just saying like. When I'm saying that, I don't mean to say that it's a horrible card. I'm just saying it's good.
I know. I've always been against that stigma.
Yeah. No, I understand. So the next card I have on here is actually a card we both agreed was pretty cool. I don't know if it's good. It's a cool card though.
I don't know if it's good. I liked it a lot though.
Yeah. So if you're just listening to this, it is a 6-drop spell for the priest where it says choose an enemy minion and then shuffle it into your deck. So this is very similar to a card. Is it Recycle? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Recycle.
Okay, so it's called Recycle for the Druid that does the exact same thing, except it shuffles it into their deck. So the difference here is they get to play their card again, whereas in Priest, you get to play their card. So obviously downsides are relevant here. If it's a bad card that they don't want to draw, you'd rather not entomb it. If it's a shitty card, you probably don't want to draw it. If it's a card that's amazing, though, if it's a Dr. Boom, if it's one of those big cards, imagine getting this with like Antonitis or something.
Imagine doing that on Sneed Shredder even.
Yeah, like there's a lot of cool.
Alexstrasza.
Yeah. Oh my God. So there's a lot of cool cards that you want to get off the field that you can then use. My biggest problem with this card though is just in terms of you building a deck the way you want it. Adding one extra card to that deck does mess up your statistics overall. You have a less chance to draw the cards you want.
I guess.
It's a minuscule chance, but that's why you play with 30 rather than 31 cards. You know what I mean? We're so used to playing with that amount of cards, putting another one in your deck sort of messes that up a little bit. But if it's a good card, it's gonna be great. It's probably not gonna win you any like a ton of games. It's not gonna be like the only bomb, but
the only problem that I see with this card is that it's only good when you're playing against control. And you want to be playing against the control warrior when you have this card in your deck.
Exactly.
In that case, I can see you replacing the Cabal Shadow Priest with one of these, but I love this card. I like this card a lot. But I don't think I would play it unless we were seeing more of a shift into control heavy players like
control heavy. Yeah. Because
Like,
you're not going to do this on a Leperno, obviously.
I mean,
You might have to, but you're not going to be happy.
It depends on the game.
You're not going to be happy.
I mean, if I do it and it wins me the game, I'd be very happy.
Okay. If you do anything and it wins the game, sure, but whatever. So let's go on to my next one, my third pick. Going to be Rumbling Elemental. Mike's giving me that face.
I started off not liking it.
See?
But
it's only been 15 minutes, and you made a very compelling.
You made a compelling argument. I started off not liking this card, but thinking about how Shaman works, it's not too bad of a play.
I want to play Tempo Shaman so bad, and I think this is going to be the Flame Waker-esque card for Tempo Shaman.
I can see it.
You're going to be playing a lot of Fire Elementals. You're going to be playing a lot of other cards with Battlecry.
Other cards with Battlecry.
Dr. Boom, the two cards I know about.
Yeah, there's only 2 cards in Hearthstone.
Well, I was going to say Sergeant, but I don't actually know if you're going to play Sergeant in a Tempo deck. So...
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So, but there are a lot of good battle cries, and this guy's just gonna get a lot of value. Just a ton of value. Just, you're either gonna hit, you can hit the face. The way I think of this guy is I think of this guy generally as a 4-drop 4/6. Because, a good chance you're gonna hit a creature, then you can finish it off with the 2 damage from the guy. It's just tempo all around. It's not the best card in the world. I'm excited to play with it, though.
What I like about it, it's just a good body on board. It's not the kind of thing that's going to get cleared quickly, so you're going to be able to make more use of its effect, as opposed to Flame Waker. I like Flame Waker, but the problem with it is it's a very fragile card because it has low stats. This guy, you're not going to be able to proc his effect as much.
Yeah. But not only does it...
but he's going to stay around a lot longer for you to have more opportunities to proc.
Exactly. And there really aren't that many... not that many 6 toughness 4-drop creatures.
Not many.
I don't think there's... I can't think of one.
The closest I can think of is Mogushan's 1/7.
Oh, yeah, okay, so that's true.
But nobody runs Pokemon.
Yeah. But this guy with what's her name? The mini Argus. She's a Battlecry creature.
Oh, Sunfury.
Battlecry him up, get 2 damage. That's pretty. I would taunt him up.
Yeah.
I like that.
The combo I see is if you curve out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Coin Rumbling Elemental.
Okay.
The 4-drop Destroyer, the one that Battlecries to get +3 to 6 attack.
Yeah.
And
the other Fire Elemental.
Yeah. into like anti-Keelbot.
Okay.
That's like the dream.
Yeah, that is.
And then that into Fire Elemental.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna. Okay, we're building these decks already. We got these. We're gonna be so set for videos. Talking about that. Next card. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, in one corner we have Tom's shitty Milrogue deck. Look at all the cold lights. There's gonna be so many cold lights in this guy.
This card makes me so sad.
Play a cold light Mil 4. That's so cool. Don't even try to kill my buzz, dude. This is gonna be so cool. Okay, so these 2 cards are going together. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Now the question is,
Dude, heal for 16.
Now the question is, would his second battlecry trigger also trigger on the elemental?
Oh, I don't think so. No, because it doesn't count if the battlecry happens. It just says if it has battlecry. Yeah, so it doesn't look for the battlecry. It looks for the minion with battlecry. Yeah, okay. But you're still playing a whole deck full of battlecries. Double it up. This card, I just and it's not a bad body. It's not. It's a 2/4. It's a 3. That's it's a shitty spider.
Honestly, it would have been better if they gave him if they made him just like Rivendell.
Oh, like a 1/7 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Because the important thing on Rivendell is the fact that he won't die, and that's why Death Rattles will stay around forever. I mean,
but he's still not horrible. He's not the cultist that's a 4/2 at least, or whatever it is. Death cultist. Is that what it's called? No. The 4/2 that when a creature dies, you draw a card. I forget what that is. That called. Nobody plays that. It's an arena card. The 4/2 when a creature dies, you draw a card. You've never heard of that card? Really?
I know the 4/2.
It's a 4/2, yeah.
I didn't know there was a 4/2.
Yeah, it's a 4/2.
I knew that there was
It's a classic card. It's from the original set. I think it's called Death Cultist. That's all right. We'll leave it for the.
I honestly don't know what card you're talking about. I remember I'm trying to think.
Let's bring it up on the other screen real quick. Just a second. I just want to prove it.
I believe you, but
no, I'm questioning myself now. No, not is it Dark Quartermaster? Quartermaster.
Oh, No, it's that Quartermaster is whenever something else dies.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, whenever something dies. Not when. Well, yeah.
You said when it dies.
No, when a creature dies. Never mind. That's all right.
Quartermaster's a bad card.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is better than Quartermaster is what I was trying to get at.
I mean.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's better than.
I could give you a list of things better than Quartermaster.
That is true. And talking about that, my number 1 is better than Quartermaster.
Yes.
This is my favorite card by far. Like, all the other cards are great, but this card is, like, stellar in my head.
I like this card a lot.
Like, okay, so a lot of this is about design. Like, I think the card is really well designed. It may not be the best card. It's definitely not the best card, but it's super cool.
Really practical card to play.
Absolutely, and it just goes in everything.
A lot of ways to play the card. You can use it as basically as removal, pretty much.
Yeah. What is it? The law dude?
Yeah. Aldor. Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper.
You can or you can just use it to buff something on your side of the field.
Oh yeah. Like, turn one of your duties into a duders into a 4/4, and bam, smack them. It's great.
It won't turn them into 4/4.
Oh no, it turns them into 3/3. Yeah. It doesn't give them +3. It changes them to 3.
Yeah.
But still, having 3/3 is really good.
Playing a 3/4 and getting a 3/3 for 4 mana. That's
this into Quartermaster. You got what, a 6/6?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is it 6/6 or is it? No, it'd be a 5/5, right? 3/3 plus 2.
5/5.
Okay. Yeah, but still, I think this is a super cool card. Yeah, you can sort of Peacekeeper and then swack into it with this guy or with your what is it? The 4/2 sword, whatever that's called.
Yeah, True Silver.
True Silver. There's a lot of ways to deal with this. Do you think this is gonna sort of bring back a resurgence of the deal 3 damage card? We were just talking about it a minute ago. Deal 3 damage, draw a card. Yeah, Hammer of Wrath. Would you play this with Hammer of Wrath? I think you would. No?
No. Hammer of Wrath, you really only... Hammer of Wrath, it's like one of those cards that, like, if you run it, you run one of it, and it's more so just like a surprise, kind of like a mix-up card.
Yeah, because nobody plays around it.
Exactly.
Well, still. If you do run Hammer of Wrath, you can kill the creature this guy hits. So there you go. Maybe not the best synergy in the world, but still. So that was our list, our 2 lists of the top 5 cards, in our opinions, for the League of Explorers, the new Hearthstone Adventure expansion. It's coming out next Thursday. Let me just check the calendar, see exactly when that is. That's the 12th. No, yeah, the 12th of November. That's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I am very hyped for it. I'm
glad
that it's...
it's only, I think it's less wings than normal. It's 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, it's shorter expansion with the same amount of cards though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh really? Same amount of cards? Oh yeah, because you get
just as many cards. As,
okay.
You would, because they're like you get 2 every time you get 2 when you beat a wing.
Oh, okay, rather than 1.
Yep. And you get 3 per boss.
Okay, cool. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna be making a lot more videos when these come out. Obviously, we're not just about Hearthstone. We're about any sort of casual card game. We're going to be covering Magic, we're going to be covering Spellweaver, we're going to be covering Yomi. But if you have any suggestions for games we should cover, feel free to let us know in the comments below, or you can shoot us a message on our Twitter account or on our Facebook at CasualTCG. This is Tom and Mike here with Casual TCG, and we'll see you guys next time.